The phone rang on a quiet Tuesday evening, and when I saw my father's name flash across the screen, my stomach twisted into knots. I was sitting alone in Ethan's room, folding his tiny shirts one last time before donating them, the faint scent of his baby's shampoo still clinging to the fabric. 3 weeks had passed since we laid him to rest, but the silence in our Chicago apartment felt heavier than ever. I answered, bracing myself. "Natalie, Emily," Dad started, his voice too cheerful, the kind he used when asking for favors. "How are you holding up, kiddo?" 23 days. It took him 23 days to ask. I stayed silent, letting the weight of it hang there. In the background, I could hear Mom whispering urgently. He cleared his throat. "We've been talking about Ethan's situation. The trust fund. That life insurance money from Ryan. It's just sitting there now.
And, well,
Lauren and her fiancé have found this incredible resort in Santorini for the honeymoon. You know how important it is to start a marriage on the right foot." The words landed like punches. My hand tightened around the phone until my knuckles went white. "You want me to hand over my dead son's inheritance for my sister's honeymoon?" I said it flatly, stripping away any emotion so they could hear exactly how monstrous it sounded. Mom jumped on the line. "Emily, don't be dramatic. That money was meant for Ethan's future."
but now,
"He won't be using it. Lauren's just starting out, and we're trying to contribute meaningfully to the wedding. Family helps family." Each syllable carved deeper into the wound. They hadn't asked about the funeral costs, hadn't offered to help with the mountain of uncovered medical bills, hadn't checked if I was eating, sleeping, surviving. Yet here they were, 2 weeks after I buried my 6-year-old alone while they toasted my sister's engagement with champagne and a string quartet. I hung up without another word, my body shaking not from grief this time, but from a cold, clarifying rage that had been simmering for years. Let me take you back, because this didn't start with that phone call. My name is Emily Harper, 34. Legal advisor for a nonprofit educational foundation here in Chicago. To my family, though, I've always been the reliable one, the ATM with a pulse. My younger sister Lauren is 26, 8 years behind me, but they've treated her like the eternal baby princess whose every whim came first. When she dreamed of fashion design at an elite private college, I co-signed the loans. When she needed a sleek car for unpaid internships, my savings vanished. "Emily understands," Mom would say, patting my shoulder like I was some saint instead of a person slowly disappearing. I wasn't always bitter. I grew up believing family meant sacrifice. That love was measured in what you gave up. At 18, I turned down a full scholarship to Northwestern Law because Dad lost his job and the bills piled up. I took night classes, worked double shifts, kept the lights on while Lauren posted vacation selfies from Cabo. Ryan changed everything when he entered my life. He came from a balanced family where burdens were shared, not dumped on one person. "It's okay to say no sometimes," he'd tell me gently. We married simply 50 guests, modest reception, while my parents saved their excitement for Lauren's future blowout. Ryan's pancreatic cancer diagnosis hit like a freight train 3 years ago. Fast-moving, merciless. He was only 31, with a 6-year-old son who idolized him. The treatments drained our savings, but Ryan had been foresightful. He bought life insurance when Ethan was born. "Just in case," he whispered one night, kissing Ethan's forehead. That $120,000 became Ethan's trust fund, locked until 21 college, a first home, whatever dreams he might chase. I guarded it fiercely. My parents visited Ryan exactly twice during his illness, once to borrow for Lauren's study abroad trip, once with grocery store flowers the day after he died. Lauren never came. She was at a festival and didn't want to bring the mood down. I managed for Ethan. Threw myself into work. Parenting alone. Rebuilding stability from rubble. Ethan was everything good in the world. Curious. Kind. With Ryan's gentle eyes and my determination. He'd construct massive Lego metropolises and lecture me on their infrastructure. Share his snacks with classmates who forgot theirs. Crawl into bed during storms.
Claiming he was comforting me.
Mama, when I'm big, I'll take care of you like you take care of me, he said over pancakes one morning. 3 months later, doctors recommended routine surgery for a heart murmur. Low risk, they assured us. They were wrong. The call came at 3:27 a.m. Complications. A blood clot. By the time I reached the hospital, my baby was gone. Planning movies for recovery became planning a funeral for a 6-year-old. I called my parents, voice cracking. Mom's reply, "Oh, honey, your father's blood pressure. We shouldn't be around crowds right now." The funeral was small. Intimate, teachers, Ethan's friends' families, colleagues, Ryan's parents driving from out of state. The church echoed with quiet sobs for a life barely begun.
But my family?
Absent. That same day, Lauren posted from a wine tasting. Living our best lives. Future Mrs. Walker. 3 days later, engagement announcement. 2 weeks after the burial, the engagement party exploded across social media. Garden venue. Twinkling lights. White roses. Champagne fountain. 4-tier cake. String quartet. Dad, toasting family joy. I stared at the photos until my eyes burned. Mom in a new dress laughing. Dad dancing with Lauren. Relatives who ignored my loss now celebrating. One blurry shot showed Mom's phone with my name and 5 missed calls from that day. She'd seen them. Chosen the party. I screamed alone in Ethan's room until my throat bled. For my husband, who never saw his son grow. For my boy who died, without family nearby. For the love that was always conditional. The next morning brought Mom's text. Lauren's registered at Nordstrom and Williams-Sonoma. We know money's tight, but family supports family. Something inside me snapped, or perhaps finally aligned. The desperate need for their approval evaporated. I had the trust fund they coveted, and they had no clue what they'd unleashed. That week, the calls escalated. Dad's wheedling tone. We're thinking of the financial picture. Mom, be reasonable. It's not like Ethan needs it now. Lauren texted. Don't ruin my wedding over money you don't even need. Jealous much? I screenshot everything. Rage crystallizing into purpose. As a legal advisor, I'd kept meticulous records out of habit. Bank transfers. Texts. Emails. Now they became weapons. Flashbacks flooded as I dug through storage boxes. 2012. Full scholarship to Northwestern Law. Folded away when Dad's unemployment hit. Monthly $1,200 rent transfers while I survived on ramen. 2014. Lauren's fashion loans, $67,000 in my name. Never repaid despite promises. 2016. Her used BMW. $15,000 for my savings right before my wedding dress shopping I canceled. An accidentally forwarded email from Aunt Helen. Poor Emily's never been pretty like Lauren. At least she's useful. During Ryan's illness, $5,000 for Lauren's Milan shopping spree. Networking for her future. Texts. Ryan has good insurance. You'll be fine. Lauren has no one else. After his death, $12,000 for their roof. $8,000 for Lauren's Europe graduation trip, while I priced grief counselors for Ethan. Total extracted, over $237,000 across a decade. But worse for the max. Ethan memories folder, missed birthdays, skipped events, Facebook proof of them at parties instead. And the audio Aunt Helen sent accidentally after Ethan's death. Family dinner, where Mom called me a walking piggy bank, Lauren dismissing my grief as selfish. Dad glad they had a cruise booked instead of the depressing funeral. In Illinois, financial exploitation of family members through emotional manipulation and undue influence carries weight, especially patterns during vulnerability like illness and child loss. I contacted a specialist firm known for ruthlessness in family disputes. I have documentation spanning years, my email read. They're now targeting my deceased son's trust fund. Money no object. Burn it down. The reply, we're sorry for your loss. These cases destroy families permanently. My response, they destroyed it when they partied instead of attending my baby's funeral. Strategy sessions followed. Attorney Patricia Morrison reviewed everything with predatory focus. Impeccable pattern. The recording seals emotional abuse. Will seek restitution plus damages. $342,000 target. We filed 2 claims, one for the education loans, now $78,000 with interest. One for the broader exploitation. Service plan dramatically at Lauren's upcoming bridal shower for maximum witnesses and impact. Psychological bonus, Patricia noted dryly. The 2 weeks leading up were a blur of preparation and grim resolve. My family bombarded voicemails escalating to threats. Lauren's texts grew desperate. I dressed for the shower in severe professional attire. Briefcase holding documents. USB slideshow. And projector. The Rosewood Country Club gleamed with white and gold elegance, same venue as the engagement party. Valet took my keys as I murmured, here to give them exactly what they deserve.
Inside.
Laughter and clinking glasses filled the air. 50 guests. Perfect for exposure. I entered the main dining room, heels announcing me. Conversations died. Mom's face cycled shock. Calculation. Fake warmth. Emily. Darling. We didn't expect. I brought a gift. I cut in. Voice steady and carrying. I commandeered the AV system. Plugged in the USB. The screen lit up. The Harper family. A case study in financial exploitation. Gasps rippled. Dad stood. Emily. Stop this now. Sit down.
Dad.
Everyone's about to learn the truth. First slide. Graph showing $237,842 transferred over 10 years. Labeled bank records followed. Rent during Dad's unemployment. Lauren's tuition, my name alone. Her car. Vacations. Shopping debts. Roof repairs. All during Ryan's cancer and after Ethan's death. Texts flashed. Mom during treatments demanding $5,000 for Lauren while Ryan suffered. Dad post-Ethan. Need new roof. $12,000. You understand. Post-funeral. Not like Ethan needs the money now. Don't be selfish. Lauren's messages. It's not like he needs it anymore. Screenshots juxtaposed Ethan's funeral notice with the engagement party photos. Dates stamped red. Highlighting their health concerns, excuse versus the lavish event. The room went tomb silent. Lauren's fiancé Blake paled. His parents looked horrified. And this, I said, is what they really think of me. The audio played through speakers. Mom. At least Emily has a purpose now.
Poor thing.
Never going to amount to much anyway. Not like our Lauren. Lauren. She made such a fuss about the money. Like, Ethan's gone. What's she saving for? So selfish. Mom. She's always been jealous. Some shine. Others are. Walking piggy banks. Chaos erupted. Blake rose in disgust. You called your grieving sister a piggy bank after her son died? And skipped the funeral for a cruise. He turned to his parents. We're leaving. Lauren wailed as he shrugged her off. I'm a lawyer. I can't marry into this. I handed over legal papers. Morrison Klein will serve formally Monday. Suing for full recovery plus damages and interest. Lauren. Separate claim on the $95,000 education loans you never repaid. The room exploded shouts. Questions. Blake's family storming out. Staff eyeing security. Aunt Helen started slow clapping, others joined. Lauren screamed, "You ruined everything." I paused at the door. "I buried my baby 6 weeks ago while you partied. You asked for his trust fund." Live with the wreckage. I left amid the storm I'd unleashed. Driving away, my phone buzzed relentlessly. I ignored it, heading to the cemetery instead. Kneeling at Ethan's small headstone with its teddy bear carving. "Hey, baby. Mommy did what needed doing. They won't hurt us anymore." The wind whispered back almost like his laugh. The aftermath hit fast. Local society pages covered prominent family bridal shower erupts in legal drama. Blake's old money connections amplified it. The engagement shattered publicly. He demanded the ring back. Threatened action on deposits. Lauren lost her boutique job over publicity. My family tried borrowing from relatives, but the web of lies unraveled. Uncle Robert furious over fabricated loans. Patricia handled communications surgically. Monday service completed despite Dad's refusal. Court date set swiftly. Their cheap lawyer argued gifts and my instability. Patricia dismantled it clinically. The judge, after reviewing bank records, texts, and recording, clear pattern of exploitation during vulnerability. Rarely seen such callous disregard. Judgment, $412,000 with penalties, plus restraining order barring contact. Mom sobbed. Dad's hands shook. Lauren hissed hatred across the room until the bailiff intervened. "You killed Dad's heart attack, monster." "No," I replied calmly. "I'm just not your piggy bank anymore." In the parking lot, numbness lingered. I drove to Ethan's grave again, telling him the money would fund good now. The letter from Mom arrived weeks later via Patricia, shaky apologies. Claims of wanting the best for the family, regret over missing Ethan. Mention of Dad's mild heart attack from stress. Manipulation tactic. Patricia warned. I filed response unchanged. Bankruptcy notices followed 3 months later. House sold short sale. Parents moved in with distant aunt needing care. Lauren ended up in a studio. Bus riding to call center work after BMW repossession. Social media erased. Blake remarried quickly. Announcement noted, narrow escape. I donated Ethan's trust fund to the hospital's children's cardiac unit. They dedicated Ethan's Haven, a family comfort room for parents near sick kids. Plaque. In memory of Ethan Harper, age 6, who wanted to take care of others. Sobbing healing tears at the ceremony.
Dr.
Patel, who fought for Ethan, said, "Your son's legacy saves families." Selling the house. I moved to a sunlit apartment. Hung Ethan's photos. Shared stories with neighbors. Started therapy and a support group. Grief wasn't overcome, but carried gracefully. 1 year later, Aunt Helen texted a screenshot. Lauren applying jobs humbly. Learning hard lessons about family, money, priorities. At Ethan's Haven. Watching a mother rock her baby while father rested on our donated couch. I understood true victory, transforming unimaginable pain into purpose. No happy ending exists after burying a child, but a meaningful one does. My family took nearly everything, but couldn't steal memories, capacity to love, or the legacy built from their greed, a place no parent faces nightmare alone. Sometimes the best revenge isn't destruction, it's refusing their destruction of you. Honoring truth, reclaiming power, creating beauty from ashes. That's how I lost my son, severed toxic ties, and found freedom. Ethan's trust fund became Ethan's Haven. The worst chapter birthed something enduring.